Gina Carano said, "The ultimate first date. Quote, something that is completely out of the ordinary. Go crazy, because first dates are always a little awkward. So do something a little extreme." So, it's Friday, which means only one thing. We have another episode, another chapter about crazy dates. So, oh, my phone's ringing. I wonder if that's my wife. Hold on. Okay, so as you're going to be noticing each and every time, and I don't edit, so every time things happen and the phone rings, I may think it's my wife. So, no, it's not my wife. Everything's okay. So, back to what I was saying, because I don't edit. This is Chapter 2 of Crazy Dates, and it's Friday, so anything can happen. My name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Let's get started.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith's being tested.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. My name is Angel. I hope that you're having an amazing week, and what better way to close out the week than with another Friday episode of The Crazy Date. Yep, that's right. We left off last Friday with the crazy date ending with the girl leaving me at the actual booth at TGIF, and the waitress, or I should say server, who was a colleague of mine at the time, sat down and said, "I would like to finish the date with you." That was a great ending to a disaster of a day. Unfortunately, that young lady and I didn't meet eye to eye, and we felt that friendship was more important. But I want to not, make you feel that was, a clickbait, so to speak. There is another date that comes up, and that's why you're here. So, weeks had gone by at the time, and now we push forward. And this time, I met somebody on my own in passing, and we exchanged phone numbers. We started to speak. Everything felt good. Conversations were great. I actually met up with her for coffee. I mean, I was doing everything I could to do little gatherings before the full date, because I knew that either they wouldn't show, or if they did show, at least I only spend money on a coffee. So needless to say, we met, we had coffee, we set up an official date. Everything went well. We spoke on the phone. We knew about what we likes and dislikes, and the table was set, so to speak. I picked her up at her house, and when I got to her front door, she was grateful that I, went up to the door. I walked her to the car. I opened the car door for her, as I've always done. You can check with my wife. That's the type of person I am. And I closed the door, went to the, to the driver's seat, sat in the car. We went to TGIF Fridays, go figure. Listen, it's the only thing I knew at the time. So we went to TGIF Fridays. I pulled into their parking lot, and as we were getting ready to go into Fridays, I opened the door for her, and we were sat at the bar area, so I made sure I pulled the stool out, and she was able to sit down, and we had a great appetizer, and we were talking, and everything was good. Hey, guess what? The bill actually came, so we were good. And the reason why we only had appetizers was because we decided to go check out a movie, just on the fly. And it was feeling really good. It felt like, holy cow, at this point, everything has gone on the way I wanted it to. All those other dates can just go away. This is going exactly where I wanted to. I spoke with her. I had coffee with her one day. We re-met up. I can't get the words out. We made a secondary date to meet up and catch up and do it all over again. We set up a date and time. We went to Fridays. Everything was good. We got the bill. I mean, I know you're all thinking it, right? You know you're all thinking it. What's going to happen, right? Okay, well, so the date was already 3/4 of the way done. Now we're going to the movies. We're getting ready to go to the movies. We leave Fridays, and we get to my car, I should say, and I open the car door for her, and I let her in, and I go to get inside the car, and I sat in the car real quick, and I before I got the keys out of my pocket, I said, I just want you to know that was a great time. Thank you very much for sticking around. And she laughed, and I laughed, and then I took my keys out of my pocket, and as soon as I put the key in the ignition and I turned it halfway, she reached over and touched my hand, and she says, "Can I say something real quick?" And I said, "Oh, sure." And in a matter of an instant, in a blink of an eye, this evil, nasty look came upon her. And she said to me, "I want you to know that if you ever open up another," and she used an explicit word, so I'm not going to say it, but she said the F word and said, "If you open up another F door for me again, or so much as push a chair open for me, we're going to have a problem. Do you understand?" And I looked at her and I said, "What? I'm sorry, what?" And I really thought she was joking. She goes, "You heard me." And I said, "What?" I said, "Don't ever do that again." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry." And she's like, and then in that same instant, she took her hand off my hand and she sat back and said, "So I'm really excited that we're going to the movies. I'm having such a great time. What movie are we going to see? I'm so excited." And I don't know how I did it, but quick thinking, I said, "We're going to see a new movie. It's called Home, where you go home, you open your own door, and you get out of my car." And yes, that's how that date ended. I will tell you, I have never been more scared in those seconds when her face changed and she said those words to me. The hardest thing that any of us can go through is watching people change. Now, I will tell you, I never saw that young lady ever again. I really didn't. Thank God for that. But one of the things that are the scariest moments is in that moment, I really felt that there was no woman out there for me. And that changed when I met this next girl. And trust and believe, you do not want to miss this ending, because the dates only continue from here. We'll do this again on Black Friday when we announce Chapter 3, because this is Chapter 2. Chapter 3 of Crazy Dates. For Have Faith, Let It Begin. My name is Angel. I told you, it just gets crazier and crazier from here. Bye now. Hi guys, this is Angel from Have Faith, Let It Begin. I am so glad that you were with us this entire week. I want to give you some baby update news. No baby yet, but the second something happens, we will go live. So you gotta subscribe. You gotta make sure you keep your notifications on, because that's the only way that you can enjoy and basically be with me during this time of need. I am excited. I have got my fingers crossed. Anything can happen, and let's see what happens. No baby just yet, folks, but I'm telling you, she's on her way. I could feel it. It could be any moment. It could be right now. I don't know. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay tuned for more. Bye.